It's a case of when, not if, it hits the Hawke's Bay coast. And predictions are more than 15,000 people would lose their life. Because if a worst-case tsunami hits Napier today, a surge of water 13 metres high, just over half of those in the tsunami zone would make it to safety in the 20 to 40 minutes before the biggest surge hits.
Our assessment so far, based on the modelling, is that around about 15,000 would have difficulty in actually getting out of the evacuation zone in 20 minutes.
The city lacks high ground, with Napier Hill one of the only options, making it an obvious destination for many, including the students and teachers of Te Awa School.
Our plan is to evacuate and travel down George's Drive and go up the hill.
And so everyone will be walking?
Running would be the correct term to use, yeah. My fastest student does it in 12 minutes, and that's running as fast as he can. And my slower students, and that's my 5-year-olds, they take around about 25 to 30 minutes. So our plan is to travel down George's Drive, up the Lucknow stairs, and we know that from what happened in Japan in the 2011 tsunami, that a lot of people or parents perished coming towards the school, coming to try and get their children. And so it's really important that parents know that we're going to be moving that way and that they to go up towards the hill and meet us up there.
Adding to the dangers, a prolonged shake would also cause liquefaction, turning the school run through Napier streets into a wade through mud. With broken, muddy roads likely, driving is not an option, and residents will need to move fast. The Hikurangi Trench, where the Earth's tectonic plates collide, is close to shore, allowing little time before the biggest walls of water arrive. There may not even be time for a formal evacuation notice, so people will need to take action themselves. GNS Science is helping model what self-evacuation will look like.
It is certainly vulnerable to the Hikurangi Trench. That's a subduction zone plate boundary where we get large earthquakes that cause tsunamis. We also think that the sort of typical time for a tsunami between the earthquake on the Hikurangi Trench and getting to Napier is in the sort of 30 to 50 minute range, probably mostly around 40 minutes. So you can see that there's a problem that not everybody's at the moment is going to easily get to high ground in time. There's a lot of people who would have quite a long distance to go to get to high ground and could take quite a long time. So we see that there are some challenges. There's a few places where the tracks are going to get very busy. So these are some of the things we've identified, but that's the whole purpose, is to try and identify these problems before a real evacuation happens.
With the possibility of 20,000 people squeezing into the narrow streets of Napier Hill, while almost as many are swept away, the government is looking at building special structures, common in Japan, for what's called vertical evacuation. McDonald says in the event of an earthquake where it's difficult to stand or lasts for more than a minute, residents need to plan their own escape route.
The key thing for people is that they really understand if they are in a tsunami evacuation zone, and if they are, that they actually practice their tsunami evacuation route or tsunami hukoi. So I think that's a really key thing that they should do with their family.
A 13-metre surge could still flood all the way to Whakatū. And while it's unlikely to occur in our lifetimes, a smaller surge still poses a threat to thousands of lives. Patrick O'Sullivan, Local Focus.